Hi there, welcome back to the Adventures of Artemis. Today we begin season 2 of the Adventures of Artemis out here in the Pacific Northwest. We are currently in Anacortes. She's actually all ready to rock and roll out of here. We had a couple of fun days of getting her rigged, having some nice times with my daughter and some of our friends up in Bellingham. So we are running a little behind, but what else is new, right? But yeah, anyway, she's looking good, so we're hoping that today we'll make it all the way out to Susha. So right now we're waiting for the Admiral, Catherine, to show up. She's reparking the truck, and then we'll be taking off. Awesome.
Good positioning for right now?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I'm going to close that door.
Tells a no fuss, no muss exit.
What is it?
Cap Sante Marina, Artemis.
Artemis, Cap Sante Marina, go ahead.
Yeah, we have just vacated our slip on, I believe it's Juliet 74. Thanks for a nice couple of days.
Copy that. Safe seas. We'll see you next time.
So we are hopefully getting towards the end of our little stint in Grainless Channel here. So we're shooting for the green buoy ahead. At that point in time, we will kind of do a turn over starboard and start heading up our journey up there. The wind is very sporadic. When we first left the marina, it looked like it was going to be a good sailing, but as is normal over here, it's pretty inconsistent. So we've seen everything from like 10 down to 3 or 4, and lots of patches of rippled water with calm water. So for the time being, we decided just not to raise ourselves yet. We'll see what happens when we make the turn up there and see if we have some consistent wind. So yeah, awesome. So we have turned on the Bellingham Channel and our navigation is paying off. We actually are getting a pretty decent lift, about 1.6 knots, so that's great. We had looked up potentially going behind these islands over here, leading north from Anacortes. But the actual current chart showed like it would be more beneficial to go this way. So yeah, so now we're reaping the benefits of our prior planning. We're finally a little bit of a lift complement to the current. So yeah, awesome. So we are currently crossing the Rosarna Strait. A little lumpy out here, a little windy. The wind again is still not in our favor, unfortunately, for a good point of sail. Sometimes though, when you have to make some miles, it's kind of tough to do a bunch of tacking and whatever. But yeah, it's definitely a little lumpy out here right now. So we are now on our final leg over to Susha. We have orcas on our port side. So we're still doing pretty good. We have fallen off the express train that was the currents heading in this direction. So now our, I would say our speed over water and our speed over ground are pretty close to each other. Susha is 7.5 nautical miles away. We're a little calm over here, mainly because I think we're kind of getting some a break from the lumpy seas, complements of orcas. As we look over to the starboard side, there's definitely looks a little lumpy out there for sure. So yeah, anyway, so we'll see what happens. Looks like there's a few boats already heading in that direction. We're hoping to kind of get a dock over there. So yeah, it's been a fun trip so far. As I said, it's been nice for a change, actually having the currents in our favor. I believe last time we did this, it was dark, it was dreary, and we had a pretty nasty current that we were fighting, so we were doing like a whopping 2 knots or something pretty silly like that. So yeah, things are doing pretty good. And as my beautiful wife reminded me, last time we also got a little inspection by the Coast Guard, so I'm always happy to oblige those guys. So, well, anyway, we'll report back in there in a little bit. Yeah, so there's really, there's two docks. If there's a space at the tip of either dock, it's not a problem. Anything further in might get a little shallow, so we would have to kind of really think about what time we want to leave. I think there's a minus tide on Sunday, so
that's what we're wanting to leave. I think the minus tide was like around 10:30 or something like that.
yeah, luckily there's actually a tide station close by, so I was able to.
Salvador Inlet, Victoria Coast Guard Radio, Channel 16, over.
Where's it at? Okay. Okay, we have landed. Looks like somebody is definitely saving some space on the dock over there. And I'm not sure what the dock over there looks like, but maybe it's just not meant to be this time around, so it's all good. So anyway, we are at Susha. Let's shut her down. We'll check back in a second. So good news, we made it on the dock here over at Susha. So somebody left first thing this morning, so that was great. It's so much nicer being on the dock. You can actually get on and off real easy. Don't have to jump in the dinghy. You can go ahead and use the facilities on shore and kind of save some tankage space on your black water tank. So yeah, it's great. Beautiful day. It's nice, actually a nice little dock, nice facility, lots of people, lots of people fishing, I would imagine. So yeah, anyway, pretty darn cool. Okay, so this is my new friend Julian in his boat. He's getting ready to go do a little shrimping. Him and my other new friend that's going to be showing up shortly are single-handedly responsible for tonight's dinner. So there's not a whole lot of pressure there, but we'll see what happens.
Sounds like an awful lot of pressure.
So. Welcome to Shallow Bay. This is one of the many anchorages on Sucia Island. So it is absolutely beautiful out here. There's actually a few mooring balls, so it's pretty cool. My beautiful wife and I, Catherine, are heading on a nice little hike around the island just to check it out. But man, we got here on what can be best described as a Chamber of Commerce day. Blue skies, warm temperatures, very nice. We're standing at the entrance to Shallow Harbor over there on Susha. You can actually kind of see that is Patos Island, and way back in the distance we're looking at Canada. So, and of course, you know, there's my beautiful wife down there, kind of staring out into the distant shores. But yeah, again, what a beautiful day, beautiful scenery, very nice, pleasant hike today. And all of a sudden we're climbing pretty good, aren't we, on this little trail?
Sure are.
Geez, we're a little breathless here, kind of flatlanders here, but yeah, look at that, pretty nice, and this very pleasant little trail. Love it. Well, Kathy and I had a great time in Susha. We met some awesome people. We were part of what we affectionately called a pop-up neighborhood that consisted of 3 other boats that were friends who were really gracious enough to include us in their activities and potlucks. So we had a great time. Unfortunately, there was a 3-day limit. It was time to go, so we called it a day the night before. Had a nice campfire and a guitar session, and a beautiful moon, and we left to go to Deer Harbor. Again, we'll have great memories in Susha. This video, hit subscribe and give us a big like down below. Thanks for watching.